Right, class is in session. I want to talk real quick. We're here to learn. Want to teach men how to have better relationships. And this video found me. I didn't go looking for it. I was researching another video to show you guys so I could teach you guys how to have better relationships with women and improve your relationships so we can improve, the experience women have and improve our communities. I really do believe that. I have a passion for this stuff, guys. I just did another video on how how humans do sexual selection, and it had 3 views as I think of Saturday, and it has 173 today. So 173 guys, more than likely guys, but are getting information from me. And I mean, I'm not doing this at anything but trying to teach. So that's awesome. I'm glad I'm reaching people. So share the information I give. Share this video. I just want to help people, guys. Men are struggling out here. We're getting it, but it's nobody's fault. It's, nobody was taught how to do this. I took it upon myself to have a passion to go learn this stuff. I wanted to have better, I love women. I want to have a better relationship with women. I respect them. I respect their nature. They can be ruthless. They can be, figuratively kill us, and they can kill, but they can just be ruthless, they can be ice cold, but at the same time, they are just, they can be intoxicating. I say some of my best experiences in life come with a woman, when I was with a woman, Now, I don't pedestalize them at all. I don't. My mission myself is going to be always priority, and then women, that will come later, right? But we always, mental point of origin is always ourselves, and then we can focus on women, okay? But anyway, let's review this video. I don't like videos like this. I don't want you guys to be angry. Anger gets you nowhere. If you want to have good relationships with men, with women, you can't be angry. You can't live with resentment. Like my dad told me one time, I was having a problem, in my family, and he said, you have resentment towards someone in your family. I said, yeah, I do. He said, resentment's like rat poison. You eat it and expect the other person to die, and it's like, yeah, you're taking the poison. So don't be resentful towards women. Don't be angry towards women, because it won't improve your relationships, And it's, they're 304s, they took half my stuff. We don't talk like that here. We don't talk like that. We understand them, we respect them, and we play the game accordingly. So let's listen to what this guy has to say.
There's something that is haunted in the back of my brain, and that is, I heard my girlfriend cheating on me on her phone.
So what do I say? Never go snooping. What I also say is, it's rare you'll ever find your girlfriend having sex. To prove she's having an affair. Now, so I have I'm cynical. Clickbait. But let's just. I don't know this guy. I don't have anything against him. But let's hear him out. Okay, let's hear him out.
So basically, I called her one night at 2 in the morning, and for some reason, her phone answered. And I was listening, and yeah, basically, as the title says, I heard her having sex with another person. And that broke me. That really broke me, because
that can rock you, but that should only last about a second. When you hear that, last about a second. But he went snooping. He did, and I'll tell you this. Let's say it's full 100%. Legit. I'm telling you guys, a lot of times, I'll get into it in a little bit.
I spent a lot of time and effort with this lady, and I was changing my life for her, and
boom, right there. What did I just say? And look at the six. I have a video, 16 Commandments of Poon. It's number 3. The 3rd commandment of Poon is make yourself your mission, not your woman. Don't make her your everything, because if you do, she will soon be nothing for you. You do not make her. You do not change for her. She changes for you. Women chase the men they like. This is where he falls short. And if he was changing himself for her, then she gets disgusted by that. Women don't respect a man that changes for them. They want a man that they can't change. They want to rock. They might try to change it, And a lot of times they do try to change me. How many times have you heard narcissist? A man's a narcissist. You know what a narcissist is? It's a man that won't change for a woman, and they call him selfish. Yeah, he is. He's going to do what he wants to do, and if you're with a good man, he'll bring you along with him, and you'll succeed together. But you never change for a woman. Right here is where he's got it wrong. And pause. Nice looking guy, But you know what? The mental part's off. Right there. Right there. A woman gets disgusted by that. So it's no wonder she's cheating. And I'm saying, guys, it's not, he's going to put it all on the girl. And you're going to hear guys go, 304, these hoes, these girls out here be banging everybody. Smash, they be clapping them cheeks on everybody. Look at these girls out here. They all in the streets. They're for the streets. And this guy just said he's, changing himself, putting himself, what do they say, like, mixing himself like Gumby, to help this woman. You know what I mean? She don't want that.
I drove, 10 hours to see her.
Boom. Another problem, guys. Women don't like that either. I mean, and here's the thing. I'm not better than anybody, but I studied this. This is why we're here to learn. I've done all this. I've been cheated on. I've driven, not 10, I've driven 5. I've driven 3. I've been to Austin. I live in Houston. I've been to Austin, Dallas. I used to. And I had to learn. I started taking the red pill, whatever you want to call it. I started studying this stuff in 2018. And I have come a long way. And you're never done. And you never know everything. And you don't know what you don't know. I'm humble enough to say I don't. But I know a lot. I know a lot more now than I did. Okay? I've been here. Done this. You never travel for a woman. Does your boss travel to you or do you travel to him? You travel to him. If you're higher status and a woman wants someone that they're higher status than, they don't want to be higher status. They don't want to be your boss. They want you to be boss. They want you to, if your dad says, come here, boy, I need you to come over here. I need you to come see me. You go see daddy. She comes to see daddy. Your daddy don't go see, your daddy don't, shouldn't. If you have a good father, which I'm sure most of you do. Some don't, obviously, but, no. And a woman gets disgusted by that. Why is this clown coming all this way? Once again, and she's going to cheat on you. If you do stuff like this, if you have a weak mindset like this is going to happen. This is weak mindset.
And what happened was I took a nap on the side of the road because I was tired. I didn't want to crash. And I rang her at 2 a.m. saying, I wanted to just call her and say, hey, I'm going to be like an hour late, had an hour nap, I'm very tired, don't want to crash. But for some reason, her phone picked up. And I was just listening, thinking, hello.
Well, I don't know where he's at, but at 2 a.m. in the United States, it's bars close at 2 a.m. I don't know if it's the same where he's at. Is there a reason he's calling at 2 a.m.? Hello. And why is he staying on the phone? There's always a subconscious working here. He probably had signs that she wasn't being too faithful. He probably wasn't too sure.
Are you there? I could hear her talking to someone. I'm thinking, okay, I'll just listen into what's going on here.
No. What do I tell you? Go look at my other videos. Don't go snooping. Your girl could be making I'm just saying, I'm not saying her. But what if it was you and you're making a funny comment to somebody? She can't see the context. He can't see the context. Don't be listening to phone calls. That's like that's feminine. That's bitch. But he's probably insecure. A man's gonna travel 10 hours to see a woman. There's not a woman between him and that 10 hours. You better be, that he can go talk to. That's scarcity mindset.
I don't know why I kept listening and
yeah.
I was saying, hello, I can hear you. Pick up the phone. But they were talking about sex. They were talking about,
Okay, at this point, guys, it's time. She's talking about sex. You have enough. Get off. You can walk away at this point. Turn around. Turn that car around. You don't need one more word. You don't need another word. And she can call you. She can chase you down. She can drive 10 hours to you and beg to you and grovel at your feet. If it's for real, if it's legit, she can cut. But as far as you go, respect yourself, love yourself, and go home. That's it. You're done. You don't need any drama.
horrible, haunting things in my brain.
Exactly. It's haunting. And I said, go look at my other videos. They've been done prior to this date. You can't unsee these things. Do not go snooping. I think I'm gonna have some merch. I'm just getting started in this YouTube space, but and I'm just doing it to help because I'm retired. I'm retired law enforcement, and I have time, and I love this stuff. I love to be passionate. I have guys that have been rocked by these relationships. Guys that I've helped move out of their houses. Their houses have been taken, foreclosed on due to financial trouble caused by bad relationships, and when you see that stuff, you get passionate about this stuff. I feel for all men that have suffered and that are suffering. I'm here to help. We don't have weak mindsets like this. We're not going to think like this. We're going to love ourselves. We're going to respect ourselves. We're going to know how to operate in this game, and this is not how you do it.
To repeat, but basically, I listened and left a voicemail the next day saying I heard every word, and still to this day.
Listen up. Listen up. First of all, not necessary. Secondly, feminine. She does, and third, you know what? I know it's gonna sound bad. She doesn't give a damn. She doesn't care. You heard every word. And the reason I say that is this is why I say, don't go snooping. If you think you have seen something, if you think you know something, go get a friend. It'll rock you. I'm not discounting it'll rock you. I'm not saying don't have feelings. I'm saying go get a buddy now. Go solve this. Men solve situations. They don't make more problems. He's making more problems. And I'm telling you this. I've been on dating apps before, dated tons of women, tons of them. Not a flex, just a fact, okay? As G-Man says on YouTube, I was a monster hunter. Back in the VN in the car park, and what's he say, the cricket ground, right? I love G-Man, by the way. Anyway, so I lost my train of thought, but yeah, no. So anyway, I'll keep going. I'm gonna remember what I was gonna say. Damn, I was talking about G-Man in the car park. Anyway,
I just remember those haunting words and noises on that phone. It's kind of shaped my life a bit to realize how lucky I have it now with my current partner.
If he hasn't changed his mindset, and again, it's not about your current partner, because listen, if you go in acting like bitch with another woman, she's gonna have some of this. She might not be as cruel. Oh, and by the way, let me digress real quick, and I'll get us back on track. But I remember what I was gonna say before I started making jokes. Okay. If you've ever had a text message conversation with a woman, blah, blah, and let's say it didn't go well, you guys, especially on a dating app, she didn't show up for a date, she flakes for a date or whatever, or maybe had one date and then she flakes for the second. Have you ever texted a woman and been like, hey girl, what's your problem? Why'd you show up? Blah, blah. I'm telling you, women have this no F's given button that, God gave it to them. I mean, I kind of wish he would have given it to us because we tend to give it F, we tend to care, but they have a button on themselves. When they care about you, they do. Now, we don't have that one sometimes when women will do crazy things for men they love and men they respect. They will, and it's so awesome. And kind of things that men wouldn't do. We're like, damn, I wouldn't do that. She'll drive 10 hours. She'll walk, 10 hours, to come see you when they love and respect you. But when they don't care, they don't care. And I've tried to get that across. You are either a zero or a hero to a woman. And now going back to his voice, because he said he left a voice message, that is a waste of effing time. A woman doesn't care. If she was going to have sex with another dude and not tell you and try to betray you, the last thing she cares about is you calling her and saying, I heard every word. She could be like, so, loser. I mean, seriously, that's what the girl's gonna think. Go ask your sister, go ask your mom go ask a girl that'll be honest with you. And I don't know, they probably won't because, but they would, yeah, so what? So what, you heard every word? Yeah, and what? And what? How would you feel if she was in front of your face? And what? And what? That's what you're gonna do. So save yourself some time. Go figure things out. Go start making, plans to move forward.
My current wife, my current soulmate. And
Well, once again, you know, soulmate doesn't exist. Go read Rollo Tomasi. The first chapter of the Bible, the Red Pill is there are no ones. There are many ones. Some are good ones, some are bad, but there's not just one. There are many ones. Some are better than others. And a lot of times it's how we are. I've always said dating's about you and the relationships you have with people in general. Number one, not only women, but with everybody in life, your coworkers, your parents, or whatever. It's about a lot of times it's about you. Not every time. Don't hear me out here. But a lot of times it's about you when you're in a good space, when you're if you have good morals and you got good character and you're strong and you're self-respecting, you stand on your square as a man, and you ain't no one gonna push you off your square, and you have a good moral compass and integrity and character that can never be questioned, then you're gonna be you're gonna have great relationships, with men and women. But if you're weak like this guy and you live in a scarcity mindset to where you think there's one woman made for you, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? How delusional are you? I've been there, but women use that to manipulate you. That's a scarcity mindset, because what he needs to know is, well, if this woman that he's with now, if she starts acting up and he's got to put the hammer down, or say kick rocks, because this ain't gonna be not in my house, not in Daddy's house. What would your dad do? What did my dad? He was a great guy, but if we done messed up, you can get the hell out of here. It's basically what it is. What he loved us, but you ain't gonna not mind him. Well, same thing's gonna go in your house. And if a woman ain't gonna mind you, she can kick rocks. You're gonna tell what a quote unquote your soulmate, the only woman made for you, and if there's only that's a scared no. There's other women that'll love the hell out of me. I'm giving this one the opportunity because she loves me back just the same. She has genuine burning desire for me as much as I have for her. So she gets to stay here and have that opportunity, and I get to stay here and enjoy her, desire for me. You know. But if he believes this scarcity mindset crap, how are you gonna put the hammer down?
So lucky to be with someone that is complete opposite of that last woman I was with. So,
All women tend to be, just like men. There's a bell curve. There's some real jerks as men, as in our gender. There are some real pricks. We've met them, right? We've all met those guys. Well, the same with women. There's some real, just absolute head cases, absolute mental cases, right? But at the end of the day, most are kind of in the middle. There's a bell curve, right? And we probably have dealt with the bell curve. And the fact that he's got a woman acting just the opposite, maybe because of his behavior. It usually is your behavior, not so much, just like she's a good girl. Maybe she hides it better. Maybe you're showing more strength. But dating is about you. Relationship with women is about you and how you come at that woman. If she feels safe around you, if she feels like you're a leader, if you're her hero, if you're her daddy, if you're her king, and she has high respect for you, then she's going to be a joy to be around. But if you're going to drive, like you said earlier, 10 hours for her, and you're going to switch your life around for her, and you're going to shapeshift and twist yourself into Gumby to help her, she's definitely not going to be a good woman. She's going to be a fearful woman. If she's a woman, if she's someone that you can't, call out what she does wrong, because she knows a lot of times she may have done wrong, but you never corrected her, and she's getting away with disrespect, she'll become more disgusted in you. Maybe this one he's doing differently. It's not usually the difference in the woman, it's the difference in how you're behaving.
basically, it's such a haunting experience when you hear something like that. People might think, "I'll just forget about it," but it comes back now and then.
Yeah,
And
no, it does. And that's why I say, and go look at my other videos, trust and believe. I say, don't go snooping. If you believe, and this is what I always say, and maybe he had signs before, if you believe she's cheating on you, she's cheating on you. And if I'd say, go get a friend, tell your friend, a trusted friend, tell your trusted friend the situation, a trusted therapist, a trusted church pastor, uh, a trusted co-worker, trusted boss, somebody you can trust and confide in and tell them what's going on. Don't go snooping. You'll never not be able to see it again.
Either learn from it or you don't. And if you've been cheated on before, it's not a good feeling.
It's terrible.
Horrible feeling.
Terrible.
And a person like me who didn't have.
And that's for men and women. It's a terrible feeling. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. To be betrayed in life in general, to have your trust broken, is awful.
Girlfriend experience during school, you kind of take what you can get.
What I just say, he said he had a bad, and I kind of cut it off and I apologize, but he said he had a bad experience in his adolescence and high school with women, and he could take what he could get. That's a scarcity mindset. That's insecurity. That's not enough respect for his value. This guy, and pause for a minute, handsome guy. He should, with a good mindset, good gym routine, good respect for himself. Why does he feel he's not valuable to a woman? Why does he feel he's not worthy of a woman? And a lot of times, and I do understand, it's never easy to go out there and scoop up women sometimes. But you know what? There's a ton of them out there, and you shouldn't have a scarcity mindset, and sometimes we are shaped by, and I can say from my example, I have lived that. I changed. I had to change myself first. It took a lot of work, but I felt women more scarce. Yeah, I know how he feels. 100% know how he feels. I'm not better than him. I'm not better than him at all. But I worked on myself, and that's why I implore to you guys, don't have this mindset. And if you have this mindset, you have work to do. Women are in abundance. Look at them. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Don't see him in scarcity. He took what he could get. Instead of going out and seeing what he wanted, he took what he could get. Wonder why he got a woman having sex on the phone. And trust me, women can smell you when you have that scarcity mindset. When you have that weakness, women can smell weakness. They're built to smell it. I say it figuratively. They're built to notice weakness.
I thought that that's all I could get with that my last girlfriend, and I thought that because I can't get any other girl, I'll continue being with this person.
Yeah, and a lot of men do this, right? And this is women initiate 80% of the divorces because women don't live in a scarcity mindset, and a lot of guys will claim that we're better. We're gonna wear that on our sleeve, that kind of chip on our shoulder. Women 80% of divorces are. A lot of guys are too scared to leave because of this scarcity mindset. And I've had it. Trust me, I know what it is. I know the exact mindset, and it's awful. How you gonna leave? Like I said earlier, how you gonna check a bitch when you're afraid she's gonna leave and you live in a scarcity mindset? You can't live like that.
So I don't know why I continued talking to her, and even though I found her cheating on me, and
because air, water, food, sex. You have a need for sex, and you think that you're so worthless, and I mean it. Then he's not, but he thinks he's so worthless that no other woman will want him. So I might as well, get punched in the gut here. And shout out to Mr. Lucario. I learned a lot from him. Check out his channel. But like he said, if a house was on fire, what would you do? If your house was burning on fire right now, and the smoke alarms are going off, and you see the exits, what would you do? You get out, right? Why? Because you care for yourself. You're in a dangerous situation. There's fire. It's hot. Smoke's coming. I could die. I need to get my body out of here. I care enough for myself to get out of this dangerous fire. Well, he's in a fire of the relationship, but he doesn't care enough about himself to take himself out of it because he doesn't feel good enough about himself that he can go grab another woman. Scarcity mindset is terrible.
Before, many times should black out, and it's just those are some horrible, haunting experiences for me. And I remember some nights I'll go pick her up. That's like 30 minutes away from where we lived, from this person's house, and like you don't go to a nightclub and go home with someone to play chess. You don't go home to watch football at 4:30 in the morning. You go home to have sex with that person. I'm not stupid.
People will only do to you what you tolerate. Remember that. People only will do to you what you tolerate. if you went in and told your boss, "Hey, boss, you want to suck this D right here, huh?" Oh, you do, huh? Ha 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 ha. Ha. Look, I asked the boss, and you tell maybe unless it's figuratively or having a thought process here is, "Hey guys, I just told the boss to suck my D." Ha 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 ha. Is he gonna go? That was a good one, or not say anything? Just okay, well, Steve, just settle down there, Steve. That was a funny one. No, he's gonna be like, get the hell out of here. You're fired. And so why won't you do that behavior? Because he won't tolerate it. If you're gonna go do this stuff and pick your girl up, and she's having sex with other people, and you're there and you're taking it, yeah, sure, keep doing it. Human beings will keep, especially women, they'll keep doing stuff they can get away with. We do it at work. The guy that comes in 5 minutes late. Oh, well, they don't say anything when I'm 5 minutes late. Might as well keep coming in. I'm going to try 10 minutes late tomorrow.
In my brain, I think my brain didn't want to analyze and think what's happening, even though I did know what was happening.
No, you wanted a woman, and you had a scarce mindset, and you wanted to stay with the known instead of entering action with boldness, Law 28, and go out there and find another woman because you're too scared. It's fear. That's bitch shit.
And I was just a freaking idiot for taking it back all the time. And
No,
I think
no, you're
she
not.
did me a favor.
You're not an idiot. Let's get this right. And I'm not going hard at him. I don't know him, and I just want to use this for I'm doing this so you guys will understand the disdain I have for this type of behavior. And what it is scarcity. It's scarcity mindset. It's weakness. It's not ignorance. It's weakness.
Break up with me.
So you change weakness by building strength in your mindset, in yourself, and in the respect for yourself.
I was such a kind-hearted person. I didn't know how to break up someone.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Now, see, there's a bad. That right there is. I don't even know what it is. It's like a virtue signal almost. It's like, I'm so nice, and you'll hear guys do this. I didn't break up with her. We're not filing for divorces. Women are doing it 80%. Because you have been living in a sexless marriage for 10 years. Your wife hasn't, let you give her a back rub after 100 attempts. She's rebuffed you, for sex, for 5 years now. Whatever I'm just saying. And you've been too, feminine to get out of that relationship, to exit the relationship, and you're going to hold it as a virtue signal, and that's why it's a bad fact that we even mentioned 80% of marriages are filed by women, because a lot of men are too scared to leave because they know it is hard out here. It is hard to we as men tend to know how we live sometimes in a scarcity mindset, and we know, damn, we have to get out there and find ladies. Ladies ain't scared. They live in abundance. They know there's sex around there. There's a simp around every corner. That's why they don't mind filing for divorce.
You know me. And
so it's not because you're kind-hearted. It's you're weak-hearted and you're scared.
A lot of people like that, where even though you're getting heartbroken, even though you're getting cheated on, you don't know how to leave that person. And that was
no, I knew. I mean, I've done, because I've done this, guys. I've done the same exact thing, and I was too. I'll admit it. I was too scared. I thought you were a loser if you didn't have a girlfriend. I wanted to show everybody I was. I may not be. And this is a bad mindset I had. I didn't think I was. Handsome enough to get a girl. And then prove myself wrong later. But yeah. And so I would stay in bad. I knew how to get out. I was too fearful to get out. That changed. That changed in 2018.
Didn't know how to leave that person until she said to me, "You deserve better. I'm leaving you." And
if a woman tells you that, she's disgusted. That's absolute disgust. You should never. That's and I hate. I'm not trying to go hard. I'm just saying this so we don't make this mistake, guys. It's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And you need to love yourself. You need to respect yourself to know. You need to have an identity to know. I don't put up with bad behavior. Dad. If it was your father, if it was your brother, and you saw them putting up with, you tell them the same thing. This This is why it's important to have male relationships, male friendships, you know, so that you can tell your friends, get everybody what's going on in your relationships. And your friends are going to go, dude, get the hell out of that and listen to him.
You got to find someone else. That was music to my ears
It's
because
pathetic.
it it just gave me strength to move on from her. She wanted it, so that's what I wanted to say, but I couldn't say it.
You're too weak. But the thing is that's absolute weakness. She must have been. I've never heard that. She must have been disgusted at that point. You know, a woman should never have to tell you that.
Um, so yeah, you go through some very haunting relationships until you come out the other end, and you really appreciate who you're with now compared to.
You need to appreciate the work you do for yourself. You need to appreciate learning about female nature. You need to get educated and listen to videos like this. Go look at the video I did on how women select mates. Go read Evolution of Desire. Go read Ape That Understood the Universe. Go read Why Women Have Sex by Dr. David M. Buss. Go read Atomic Attraction. Go read The Rational Male. Do work. You don't appreciate the other person, you appreciate yourself. Because what's the saying? Wherever you go, there you are. If you're a weak biatch, in that relationship, you're going to be a weak biatch with another woman. It ain't her you're thankful for. Yeah, you can be appreciative for the woman, so she should be thankful for you and the work you put in. The work you're going to put in the gym, the work you're going to put in by educating yourself, the work you're going to put in by, and this is not to advertise my videos, but you can learn so much by watching my content, and I make no money off of it, zero. I'm not here for money. I'm here to teach. If I can make money someday, hey, whatever. That's not why I'm here. I'm still doing it regardless.
Have been with. And if you've been cheated on before, it's not a great feeling, is it? It's horrible. It's a horrible fucking feeling. You just feel like, you feel like you're worthless and you're last. And
you can feel that way, and yeah, it can get you, but you won't feel worthless. You might feel, you might not trust someone's decision, but you should never feel worthless. But I do know what he's saying. I've been there, but you got to change that mindset. The strength becomes from you on the inside. Nothing external can affect you that way.
we're in front of you and you're not good enough. And
Been there.
So the day I heard my ex-girlfriend cheating on me through the phone, that just haunted me. And it made me realize just how blessed I am now in my family and how my life has changed. And that's a haunting experience. Like a lot of people, everyone has a lot of haunting experiences that we keep, even though we don't discuss it with anyone, we keep and try and learn from that. And I think, sometimes the harshest realities of us, the harshest experiences from our past, it learns and shapes us. And that was an experience that I'll never forget.
Yeah, guys, real quick. We learn from our mistakes. Don't be afraid to fail. We learn from our mistakes, but you have to learn from your mistakes. Take accountability for your mistakes. Don't put it on the woman. Everything is your fault, and live in that mindset, okay? Sometimes we do fall victim to people, right? But probably it's a bad strategy on our part. Go read 33 Strategies of War. You need to get in the habit of constantly seeking information, constantly learning. And if you're having a problem in dating, then, seek out information, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to fail. We all have, and we all, you're not the only one struggling in life. You're not the only one. Life is suffering. What is that? Is that the Buddha that says that or whatever? Or Dalai Lama or somebody. But anyway, but you have the power to control your environment. You do have control over whether you're going to be successful. It's not the external forces the world's working against me. No, the world's just working, and you will need to learn to play in that game. If you're playing in a football game and they're saying your, touchdowns are made in this one, and if you go to that other one then they have to call it safety, and that's 2 points. Well, you need to learn to run to the other one. Stop running backwards, right? Well, learn the rules of the game that you're in. Read books, talk to other men, read my stuff, get out there and date women. Learn. It's okay if you make mistakes. It's not that they're not evil. You just gotta learn how to play the game. And this stuff's not easy at times. All right, but once you learn it, it does get very easy, and you'll learn to appreciate women for who they are. They're beautiful creatures. They're awesome people. But they can be ruthless. They're like rattlesnakes. If you don't handle them right, they'll bite you, and the venom could be deadly. But if you're a snake handler, like I've said in my other videos, if you know how to be a snake handler, you can handle deadly poisonous snakes with ease. And they become awesome. An awesome pastime. But anyway, go enjoy women out there, guys, and love yourself, respect yourself, and we'll see you on the next one.